Olivia's POV. The scientist's shredded corpse falls to the ground with a limp thud. Gordon and I stare downward with horrified expressions, watching in silence as the soldier walks up to the dead man's body and crouches down, seemingly checking over the corpse. The sound of leather creaking is made out just barely as the soldier rises to his feet and gently kicks the corpse with a boot. Before I can watch on anymore, Gordon suddenly ducks down low to the floor, cutting off my sightline. His sudden movements are enough to jerk me out of my confusion, forcing me to snap my eyes over to him. The whole scene before me gets my brain stuck in a loop, asking the same question over and over again. What the hell just happened? What the? The human slips a finger over my lips, silently hushing me. Part of me wants to rebuke the whole silence thing, but the vast majority wants to find out what just happened. God, that didn't look like an accident. But he didn't just shot the guy for no reason, right? Down below, the chatter of radio crackles to life, but I can't make out what's being said. Is he reporting that he just accidentally shot some poor guy? The whole world feels as if it's starting to spin as my brain thunders with possible explanations why any of that just happened. That was a soldier. He was supposed to save us. Why did he... The sudden sound of boots on hollow metallic stairs starts ringing out, sending a jolt of confused panic through me. The soldier is marching his way up here, right on a direct course to where we are. My eyes snap over to Gordon, pleading silently on what he thinks we should do next. With what only seems to be a few seconds, he carefully lowers himself onto the ground. Confused, I send a quick... Man, you are glaring and confused, and people are lower down. I send a quick glare, but he feverishly waves me away. Hesitating for only a brief second, I slip out, panically looking for a spot before finding a small pile of boxes near the opposite wall. It's dark and more or less hidden. So long as you aren't actually looking my way. Thankfully, the cracks in the spaces give me a clear enough view of Gordon as he carefully crouches behind a nearby control thingy. It's large enough for him to stay behind it. Why did he just pull out a shotgun? My heart thunders in my ears as footsteps get closer, their even ever louder thuds sounding like a drum of uncertainty. That's actually a good line. Or at least close to one. I have no idea what can happen next, but from what I've just seen, it's nothing good. I really should stop trying to read the text and just go with what my heart says, because honestly, it can only be better. Holding my breath, I watch behind relative safety of my box fort towards Gordon, who suddenly throws himself onto the side of the... Holy shit! The shotgun's explosive blast thunders throughout the cargo space. So I replayed Black Mesa a little bit, and yeah, you do not get the shotgun, you do not get the MP5 very early, you get it from this guy. And yeah, I kind of like that because the shotgun's really good against these guys, at least on normal mode. Which is what I'm playing on. I think in the original game, the shotgun doesn't have the same kind of fun oomph to it. I don't know what it is, it's fine though. But yeah, in the original, I was way more into the MP5. Also, you get ammo from them for it, so, you know... A panicked whimper slips from me as I instinctively drop deeper into my hiding spot, being completely thrown off guard as reality seems to detach itself from me. Part of me kind of expected some kind of massive firefight to break out between the two, but the only thing that makes itself known as the ringing subside was silence. Picking myself up, I look through the gaps with bated breath. Did you just shoot him? I choke out from behind the boxes, forgetting the small detail that a human can't reply. Realizing my errors, I wait for the rush of gunfire. I wait for the rush of gunfire to return... Oh, wait. I wait for the rush of gunfire to return my way, or at least rapid steps. Instead, the slow, but thankfully leatherless creaks of Gordon's own shoes echo about. Leather is not that noisy, unless you're really weird about it. With shaky nerves, I slowly pull myself up and peek around the corner. He stands in the middle of the walkway, his chest heaving, while carefully keeping his gun at the ready. His eyes stare firmly, looking away from me, almost as if he can't look at me anymore. I personally like this. In the original game, it's not a big deal. You can even shoot some scientists and guards if you're an asshole. But I do appreciate that it's pointed out, yeah, this is the first time Gordon had to shoot a human being in self-defense. This is a whole different cheesecake from aliens and monsters and creatures and animals. Is it safe? The human slowly nods, not moving his gaze. Letting out a heavy sigh, I slowly start crawling over. Even before I round the corner, I already started looking in the rough direction of what I guess is where the soldier was. I can't stop the choke warble his way out. Slumped back against the wall is the bloodied form of the earlier killer himself. The shotgun had painted the back of the concrete and the guy's blood like some sick art piece. Giving a panicked cringe, my brain reels back to reality as everything starts to catch up to me. Gordon just shot a soldier. He just shot a human being. Holy shit, you shot him! There's a growing, frantic pit in my stomach. You shot him! The human tries to wave an explanatory handout, but my runaway thoughts aren't having any of it. Don't you kill the soldier! We can't tell him about the people down below now! I start raising my arms in desperation, pressing them to my chest. Do you know what that makes you? Do you know what that makes me? You're like at worst an accessory to murder. Why are you so dramatic about it, buddy? Oh no. Oh no. I settle onto my haunches, ripping off the helmet and throwing it onto the ground. I like how you got the helmet just to throw it away. We're criminals! There's no way we can actually go get help now. We just killed one of them after he... The words get caught in my mouth. After he killed that scientist. An uneasy line draws across the human face and looks down at me, seemingly letting me stew in my own thoughts. Yeah, what was Gordon planning to do after stopping this whole thing? Did he really think that after they stopped the whole invasion from the aliens in Lambda, that this would be fine? Why did he do that? I asked, looking back at the corpse. It doesn't make any sense! Seeing such replay, I might head over again and start to look for some explanation. Terrified guard asking me help, a soldier letting out a tired sigh and raising his gun. Like you don't know? But you're fucking funeral. Wait. Oh, it's the other guys. The other guys they met a little bit ago. My eyes slowly blink as I look up agape to the human. The man looking down at me with an empathic look. He probably realized the same long before me. That's probably why he did what he did. I think Gordon... Oh no, you get that speech after you enter the little control room. Are they trying to cover this up? I whisper, getting a half-certain nod from the man. He's not sure, but he's got a good feeling it's the truth. The Army's not here to save us. They're here to cover up the whole thing like it never happened. I always wondered, was this the U.S. government doing it or Black Mesa, the company, doing it? I always felt it was like Black Mesa, the company, because the actual U.S. military feels like a bit of a stretch given the situation. Like, I know the U.S. government would probably kill everyone and cover it up. I just don't think they'd be prepared to handle Black Mesa on a dime. I feel like Black Mesa would be ready to deal with it on a dime. Maybe they got the U.S. government informed. And that means killing anyone associated with it in the first place. I mean, there's literally a scientist that tells you this fucking thing later down the line. You could have just left it until there. I mean, there's a couple of firefights before that. I fully collapse onto my butt with a choked gurgle, running my hands to my hair as everything seemingly slams into me like a freight train going full speed. I've been tortured. I've been through hell. I've been shot. I've seen people ripped to shreds and evaporated before me. Through all this, there's always been some promise that rescue or escape is seemingly right around the corner. Just push a little bit more, Olivia. You'll make it. You'll be safe. Soon enough, you'll be back in a nice, warm bed. The only problem is it's all been a lie. It's... I choke out, raising back to my knees. A flurry of motion rises up in my chest. Oh no, I'm starting to cry and contort. It's not fair! You fucking glowy assholes! Why would you call him a glow... Oh yeah, because of, I feel like Anon can say that, and I'd be like, yeah, but I feel like Olivia isn't really in that corner. She's an asshole, and she's probably in some weird, forums, but I don't think Glowy is one she'd know. Like, your dad works for the fucking U.S. government, Olivia! Oh, no, he does look... No, he works for the U.S. government. He is as deep in as everyone else. You should have a little more respect for people like this. The helmet soars through the air before bouncing off somewhere in the distance. I don't pay attention, instead staring down at the cold, hard metal of the catwalk. Even in this universe, they don't actually care. It's shit! Slap my fist into the catwalk, and ow! I'm hitting it too hard. Ow, ow, ow. You're an emotional train wreck. You've fallen on your ass. And now you're next to a corpse that your friend made. What a great time. What's there left to do? There's more than down there. What's to say we have a remote chance of getting up there? Oh, because at this point, Gordon goes from like a somewhat competent, clever guy into straight up an action hero. I don't care if you're playing it on hard mode. You can just totally charge these fuckers and hose them down. The game gives you plenty of supplies. I'm not even supposed to be here. Gordon walks up to my side. I don't look his way as he slowly crouches down. I feel like Gordon has the benefit of being able to anchor himself to the fact that your situation technically sucks more. Like, yeah, his situation sucks, but he has to take the adult responsibility. He can shunt his emotions until he has a breakdown later down the line. Man, also, clean those fucking glasses. I know that every single bathroom in Black Mesa is like behind a special locked door, but come on, man. Putting in the best show of emotion the guy's capable of. What's the point of it all? We're not going to get out of here. We're doomed. I'm actually 100% going to die here. Holden pulls his hand back and starts to do the usual charade crap he always does, but I'm in no mood to humor the guy's message. I can't understand you! Just why can't you talk for once? Mostly charged demand / insult gets a small frown out of the guy, and he doesn't move on, liking to stand with the same tame yet visually quiet look. I feel like Gordon is a little bit too patient. Like, I feel like at some point he'd be like, oh my god, fucking teenagers, am I right, gamer? bully a guy. Not feeling the mood, or really feeling any much of anything beyond the despair of my oncoming death. I let my gaze back in front of me, not really looking at anything in particular. My brain begins to rack possible scenarios, memories of loved ones. Just a storm of junk that the world has seemingly thrown my way for my sins. I was supposed to be someone, to be something. That's a big thing to say. I feel like in every ending, you've kind of, not an ending two, maybe you might say that. I actually thought I'd gotten somewhere in my life, and then all this crap happens? What did I do to deserve all this? What am I gonna do? Or like, the unmistakable click-clack of a pen fills the otherwise quiet warehouse. Those are my thoughts to turn to the human, standing a few feet behind me with a pen and paper. Why is he behind you? You need to read that. Wait, where did I get that? Where the hell did you get that? He ignored the question and just starts crouching down. Seriously, where did you get that? There's a little office in this room now, in the Black Mesa, which for some reason has been crashing a lot, so I can't get a lot of stuff done. But I'm like around Blast Pit, which should get us to where this ends. The hell is this? I don't know what this game is. Someone's giving a big old speech about it. Oh, she. Oh, this is where we find out he has fucking hammer space? Did he just pull it out of nowhere? No, the author pulled it out of his ass. I looked down at the message. It's live. That's not. That's not the tagline of the video game. The tagline of the video game is. Where is it? Oh, yeah, because this is like before they made Steam. The thing is like it's video games. I think it's like run, shoot, think, or something like that. It's so ancient that all it has is fucking screenshots. Ah, isn't there Half-Life Source? I should play Half-Life Source for the fucking shits and giggles of it. Man, I love how every... I want to play Half-Life Source now that I've played the other Half-Life and Black Mesa, just so that I can go, man, this sucks. It has the exact same fucking description, too. Don't ever play this. I love it. Some things are broken, everything is shiny. Yeah, everything is shiny. High quality music and stock source sound effect. Oh man, that's fucking incredible. By the way, I'm not an audiophile. I can't even tell those things apart. So I'm often like, I can't tell what you mean with like this sounds weird. Like I can tell the overt ones, but not the subtle ones. My eyes bore down on the word like a scripture from the big man upstairs. Gordon, you've just been elevated to God. Not exactly a cheer, but it is. I feel like you wouldn't get this. I feel like Olivia would be a bit more dismissive. Okay, like maybe for Fang this would work because Fang actually thought about killing themselves and murdering people. I feel like for you this wouldn't really work. In case you haven't noticed, the entire military is probably going to be hunting our butts now. They're also going to say, forget about Freeman at some point. I know what that's about. I hear sharply jutting the pad back out to him. Also, I hate Blast Pit because in Blast Pit you have to push the button for the oxygen and the fuel. And the problem I have with that is that you have to press both. But it's like you only really notice one of the buttons, and I always forget that one. Every fucking time. Have you noticed how to even get through to them? This isn't some Ronami stealth game, in case you haven't noticed. He doesn't even know what the fuck Ronami is. Gordon meets my gaze. It surprisingly goes rather firm for a second as he stares me down. Rising to his feet, he walks over to the corpse of the soldier. The orange-clad human blocks most of what he's doing as the sound of ruffling fills the room, and he tosses something over his shoulder. All I can do is stare. Nestled in his arm is a black, metallic-looking rifle, far more massive than anything. It's not that much bigger than the shotgun in it, because the shotgun's kind of wide, too. No doubt, plucked off the soldier, green chest harness runs along the length of the upper torso, populated by gray rectangles sticking out of pouches. As he walks back to me, I gawk up as he looks down. It's a bit clattering as he holds out something to me. It's the helmet I tossed him earlier. My eyes flick between it and Gordon. The message is clear. We do the same thing we've been doing. Is surviving. The heck is this? I look back at him. Are you, for real? She scribbles away. I shoot daggers at the armor-clad chest. Can I have the body armor? The army is up there. There's no way we can fight the most powerful army in the world. Even if we magically make it, what's next? I mean, the most powerful army in the world is generally the one that's near you with a gun, regardless of what country it is. Whoever's most likely to put one to your head is the most powerful army. The pad drifts down, lifts, so we can tell the world what happened here. Gordon, I don't feel like doing the talk show circuit right now. This time, the words find their mark. Speechless. I gently take the pad. Jesus fucking Christ, Olivia, I know that you're having a situation, but you're not a theater kid. Inko might do this. Anon might do it ironically, but you wouldn't know. Its quiet meaning seems more powerful each time I seemingly read it. If you can't get help from the government, who says the rest of the world can't learn about what happened here, what the government is doing, the killing, the covering up, the everything, one thing still lingered in my stomach. What about everyone else? No Smith, Russo. His name is Rosso. 2 S's. The human's features slowly droop. Please tell me that we can actually help him. I think in Blue Shift they make off with like a little van. Some guys like drive off into the sunset. Gordon remains stoic. Hold up. Gordon remains stoic for a few seconds. Lowers his shoulders. He doesn't have a fucking clue. We can only do what we can do. Also, it only gets worse from here. So now a whole bunch of scientists get shot in Black Mesa. One of the soldiers is like, man, these guys are so fucking stupid. They keep letting us shoot them. Letting out a shaky breath, I drop the paper to the floor. Everything stays still. Swallow the reality of the situation. The reality is, there's no magic fairy tale ending to what expected to be. Maybe you get teleported home. That's like the best you can really hope for. Is that at some point you magically teleport the fuck out of here. Everyone who helped us here is basically all but dead, I bet. And the only remote hope we have is somehow fighting our way through the most powerful army in the world, or waiting for them or some freak of nature to come and finish us off. I mean, the real thing that saves Gordon is that he gets abducted by fucking G-Man. Like, people don't think about this too much, but it does kind of absolve him of all the consequences of what happens next. Although he does, like, I think he sits in time space because he shows back up again. He's like the same age, and everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Everyone who helped us so much is all but dead. Okay. I let my mind linger on the options for a few seconds, rolling my tongue against my teeth and try not to immediately break down here and there. You are way too fucking... Deep down, if there was a magical way I could talk back to everyone back home, they'd all tell me the same thing. At least try. A low sigh slips from me, put on the helmet, ba-ba-ba. Get the fuck out of here. No, thank you for everything. Just don't get us killed. And he nods, and we pass by several corpses. Man, this place gonna start stinking real damn soon. Big stinky. Several boxes for stacked high. Man, there's so much garbage to Gator. There's even medical station. Some of them are even marked. Weapons, bullets, and supplies. Realistically, anything army related. Tucked into the little corner of the world. In some cases, property of the U.S. government. Oh. I mean, in the original game, that texture probably was completely unreadable, so... And then bold yellow letters. As Gordon starts picking through some of the boxes. Like, my big problem is that the U.S. government shows up fairly... I mean, I guess they would be. It is technically a military contractor, right? No doubt the necessity for giving the shit show probably going to walk into. And also, in Black Mesa specifically, it is strongly implied that they've been exploring Zen for a while, so it's fairly likely they already told the U.S. about some potential emergency plans. I lean back in the harness with my arms folded, letting my mind and eyes wander around the room. Huh. I mean, Olivia, you've killed one crab monster with your teeth. And maybe one, I think, in a flurry of, like, with a crowbar? Can you shoot a human being? That's a hell of a question. How can I not? How can I help them? We can't just hole up there and hope to survive. This is bullshit. Shovel of movement. I think just thinking. Man, I can't believe I told him that I think this is bullshit. Like, this situation is perfectly reasonable. Setting my eyes on a strangely shaped crate in the corner of the room. Powered combat vest. Oh, that's from the fucking opposing force, right? In opposing force, the reason you can pick up battery charges because you have a powered combat vest. Or maybe that's blue shift. I forgot. I think in blue shift you get armor though. It's been a while since I played either, man. I need to get around to those. I can play those without any guilt. I can play those without any guilt. Because this person's probably not doing those. Starts up as he does pivots a full 180. Starts to look around the room. Hey, what is it? Don't do that! Gently smack in the back of his head. Starts his hand away. Where to raise. A creative destiny. Walking over with a... I feel like the armored power vest isn't a problem, Olivia. If someone shoots you in the face, you're still dead. But I feel like that goes for Gordon. Gordon just has plot armor. His face is untouchable, because technically he has none. Walking over with a brisk pep in his step. Also, Gordon technically was identified in Alex, and they just never made a fucking video game afterwards. I'm kind of pissed off. I feel like, come on, I get it. You don't want to make video games no more, Valve, but it's kind of rude to just leave it hanging. People have died into intervening years by such an extent that it's kind of rude, and the people that are going to play it that are in the generation you're aiming for are almost certainly going to have been raised entirely separately from the release dates of the original games. Human stops before the crate, unlatching and prying it open. I guess the problem is they're just not making game engines, so they don't have a reason to make one. Inside is a singular vest. It looks like what the guards was wearing downstairs. The only difference being the color, style, and the weird lights protruding from the chest. Instead of light gray, it's a green with a black center. Matching with the soldiers' outfits. That and the fact that it's actually plugged in some weird computer, also on the box, labeled PCV charging station. Before you get a chance to probably gawk at how it looks, and how ugly it looks. Man, since when are you, fashionista? Gordon lowers himself to a nearby box and waits for him to hop up. What now? I groan, but I'm surprised. The sudden bout of firm insistence. Obliging, he hops in a near box. I watch as he goes digging into the crate with a click, he yanks it out, taking a few steps as the momentum catches up with him. With an amused huff, lips out of me as Gordon kneels down, looking over the thing like some sort of archaeological find, or one of those huge geeks at a con fawning over particularly exposed female cosplay. Dude, you need to get off that forum. Those people get kicked out these days. What's so special about that thing? I start scooting a bit closer with a half-lidded... Why are you half-lidded? Shouldn't you be, like, high on adrenaline to some extent? Or at the very least, like, interested in keeping yourself safe? My question is met with an almost offended look from the scientist. It's almost as if I just told the guy that his mom and whole lineage were the ugliest humans on the planet. Which, in hindsight, I may have thought about this particular article's this particular article of clothing. Well, may I ask, it's just only closer to his micro-nerdgasm. Besides, I probably have to go back to getting ready to die. Fun. Don't have long. Shuffles, blah, blah, blah. Gordon moves over with the vest. In case you haven't noticed, it's probably not going to fit. I'm fat, Gordon. These are made for sexy, strapping soldiermen who train and don't have beard bellies. Why would it... Also, they're made for people who aren't women. They do not have boob pockets. Do you think I'm going to wear that fucking binder? I'll die, Gordon. I can't breathe. Gordon gives a confused fit. Not inside of my concern. Because Gordon never had to dress a woman, so that's not a thing he's concerned about. And I feel like if the author is clever, he would point out that yes, women and men... I imagine that for body armor, that is a minor concern. There are probably ways around it. Oh my god. Yeah, oh, she actually is pointing out that she has a booba. I have a booba and a kiki. And then he's like, oh, man, that is a fucking Inko moment. The good mood is killed by the reminder of my freshly anointed significant other back home. I don't think you married him, though, at this point, though. The best place into open space is Gordon raised my attention back to reality. I'm fine. It's nothing. Just I'm having flashbacks to back home. You know, like anyone in Vietnam is. Human hesitates. Blah blah blah. Literally, it hissed when it opened because it's cool. It's cool when things hiss when they open. You feel so sexy. A brow raise as Gordon grabbed the garment. It's heavier than I thought. It's fucking power armor, dude. Why would it be light? I know the power armor sometimes supports itself, but this is like a vest. Right, there's a weighted vest that this room gym freaks right around the house over they do chairs all days. Why do you watch these people, Olivia? What's wrong with you? You think they're sexy? You think they got nice bods? Still 100% behind the idea, because fuck it, man. It beats the shit out of getting shot and being dead. I mean, you got shot before. This time, if you get shot in the vitals, you know, your face might explode, but, you know, that's what the helmet's ultimately for. Bounce a shrapnel off once it pierces your eye. Then again, it fit those human... They're also probably wearing some stuff under there. I don't know. I imagine this goes over clothing and stuff. Also, they're giant, bulky men, so even if you are, you know, a woman with a booba, your booba have space they can squeeze into because it's made for someone who has more pectoral muscles. I don't know. I feel like it could balance out. To turn away, I quietly mutter out, biting my lower lip as I decide to play the human's game. Normally, you're in this room for like 2 seconds as you pick up the health supplies and like some things in the corner, and then you just fuck off. Like, you are not here this long. Biting my lower lip as I decide to play the human's game. Now, there's a dead scientist on the floor, for fuck's sake. Gordon gives me a stupid look. He's like, oh, wait, yes, a naked person. People might be uncomfortable with that. I've been wearing the suit all the time. It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. I have to take off the jacket. This guy, slipping out the leather jacket. Man, the leather jacket was a small combat upgrade. Now we get the real one. Stained dress shirt? Cringing her. Ugh. Ugh, don't think about it. Trying to start the mixture of blood and vomit. Surprisingly enough, I can feel the mesh of the thing actually expand outwards like a pair of sweatpants. With a few firm yanks, swears, it clips into place. Okay, now you can look. Human seems happy they decided to play ball, but that not only that I decided to play ball, but also that it fits. Yeah, don't get too excited. Besides, it's pretty stuffy, all things considered. It's also ugly. Not that I'm complaining. It's fucking body armor, Olivia. Why you are like? Why is Olivia's not the kind of person to complain about the fucking fashion stylings of body armor? Like, she's not that kind of fashionista. She wears a fucking sweat pullover, a hoodie, and sweatpants, and fucking slippers to school. She doesn't care what she wears. Apparently, though, Gordon saw it as a complaint. In blatant violation of personal space, he walks up and presses something on my chest before he can process it. Hey, what the hell are you? Beep. The tiny chime suddenly echoes out of the vest, cutting me off, forcing me to look down a myriad of noises and feelings suddenly exploding out from my upper torso. Welcome to the powered vest system for use in combat situations. Well, maybe we'll just keep them the same. I don't know if they have a different guy. A sudden robot baritone voice echoes out as I start padding over the vest. Confusion and a bit of panic starts filling my face. I look down. What did you do? What just happened? I feel a sudden stabbing pain driving into my back, forcing me to arc my back. Gordon rushes forward, placing his arms onto my back as 1,000 invisible elves simultaneously staff news. Vital signs monitoring system activated. Automated medical systems engaged. Engaged? Safi, where'd the second N come from? Just as quickly as it begins, the gnomes retreat. Sigmundius gnomes. Give way to a familiar warmth of, oh man, they got the fucking opium and morphine. Causing a heavy sigh of relief as a slump against the wall. Driving the needles in further. Ah! Warning. Unfamiliar. Biological signature recognized. Recalibrating. 5. Detected. Yeah, this one is closer to the... I don't know if that matters for you guys, if you can even fucking hear it. I like to imagine that I do. A series of horrors clicks out. Humans looks at me blurrily. Fuck you. When this is done, I'm gonna kick your... Defensive. Weapon selection system. Activated. Have a very safe day. Did it just say weapons? Perhaps death can be postponed. Olivia, you cannot use weapons. Having a quick select menu for your guns is not the problem you have. It's not a solution. Realizing that onslaught of shit may finally be over, I take a shaky breath and sit up. So what the hell was that? You better start signing fast. Obliging, he waves within the suit and the vest. Takes a few open seconds, starts for finally clicks. Oh, so it's like the same kind of defense as yours? Huh. Maybe I won't be shot to death so long as they shoot me in the chest. As I think to myself, the human pulls over a thick electric cord from the box the suit came from. Tapping the vest, he hands it to me. Cord slips into his hand, finding a little small port. Bzzz. Fuzzy sensation flows. Man, this thing is way too electric. Almost as if the vest itself is alive somehow. Takes a few seconds before a negative comes in. Now what? He crouches. I slip back on. This is it, the final moments. I feel like a face mask would be more useful considering they're usually covered by this man. Settle into this. Where are your legs during all this? Like, I know that below the knees are like dangling, but... Gordon rises to his feet, makes way over to the elevator. Man, you've been here for a while. Hey, what's up? Hello? Human doesn't move for a considerable amount of time. Slips down to the build. What are you? Oh, she gets a gun! You have... Listen, Olivia, you have a quick select wheel. You should be fine. You can easily equip and unequip your items. Where does it go? Don't worry about it, Olivia. That's the magic. My eyes lock on it, unsure if I even want to grab it. Last time I was handed one of those, I ended up chomping the guy in half. But if I'm going to stand against a guy with even bigger and scarier guns, wouldn't it be smart to have at least something? Maybe I can stand back and let the secret murder weapon I'm riding do all the work. Slowly, I pluck the metallic frame. It's not a frame, it's a whole device. As I look down the sleek line to stop hitting on the gun. There's a small air of comfort as I feel its weight in my hand, knowing its ability to get shit hits the fan. I feel, people don't get this, but the pistol is fine. Like, if you're careful, it's fine. Especially if you need accuracy. Like, compared to the SMG, you're not wasting half your fucking magazine just hitting the air around the soldiers. And you do fight them at decent distances sometimes. I'm not saying you want to. I don't know if the damage is any better or worse. I look it up. Striding boldly into the elevator, the both of us stare at the single button. Oh, fuck no. Whatever, let's do this. The whole floor jerks. Man, don't jerk the floor, Olivia, for fuck's sake. Let's look at the pistol. I'm kind of curious. Does this come with damage numbers? It's 8. It's 8 damage. In Half-Life, it does 5. So technically, the pistol is like 50% stronger. And it's more accurate. Like, I know the secondary fire is a bit garbage, but that's actually not bad. Man, I didn't know that. That might explain why the submachine gun always kind of sucked ass when I was trying to shoot what were they called again? The little goobers, the little head crabs. Not to use it against large groups of enemies. Save the bullets and fire the grenades instead. Groups of weak enemies can be easily killed. Neat. Okay, there's a little combat section. None for the pistol though. But yeah, what's up next? What's up next? What's in the comments? Starting to feel numbed towards death. Apparently, Olivia's going to fall so hard she gets morphine. Hell yeah, baby! Time to get an addiction. Also, we're almost at the end. User death imminent. Oh no, she's down to like her bottom section of hit points. Oh no, Gordon is. I can't believe Olivia. God, you're fat. Oh my god. I like this. I like that Gordon has to rely on Olivia. Okay, so yeah, we're about to get to the part. Okay, so this is chapter 12, right? So that's chapter 12. Then chapter 13 is Blast Pit. Then I should be up to code, right? Because I'm around. Yeah, it's the grenade box. She found the grenade box. Hell yeah. And then we're done. And I'm kind of sad. But on the other hand, I don't want this person to rush themselves. They're clearly having fun. I'm clearly having fun. They update like once a month. So they might put out an update while we're reading through this. So I might need to play a little extra to really be up to code. But hey, good stuff.